Hello everybody, thanks for stopping back by Wild Bird Creative. Going to do another quick piece today. We're going to start by just using some rubber stamps to decorate up the scraps that I have here. No real rhyme nor reason, just having fun. Just making marks, adding interest to the papers that I have here. This old stamp I've had since I was a child, and it's just lines. Just gives you just some nice stripe detail. And I used my fired brick Tim Holtz Distress ink on that. This is just an acanthus leaf from PSX. And again, I'm just adding just some interest to this piece of paper from a French history book. I just want to break up the lines of text a little bit. There we go. Set those aside. Then I've just got these fun ones, and I'm going to use black. And I've got my brand new stamps from Nathalie's Studio. And I'm just going to quickly put some pattern down on these. There. You can see it just gives it a little bit, almost a spider web effect. And that's all I want. Just breaking up the backgrounds a bit. Let me set them aside. Now I've got just a 3x4 piece of paper, and I'm going to use some orange and just quickly do a background. Nothing extreme, and it doesn't even really matter how it comes out because I'm going to be covering it up. I just want to have something that might peek through here and there so that it's not just a plain white background. Let's get a little more there. Just a few flowers, nothing fancy. So let's start with this. I might even tear this a little bit. And again, I'm just going to use my glue stick to keep things moving along. Run my fingernail right along the edge to get it stuck down. Let's take a little bit out of the middle. I think I'll tug that over a tiny bit. I can always trim it up later. There we go. The next thing I want to do is put down my Tim Holtz melange tissue paper. I don't know what I'm going to do when this roll runs out because he doesn't make it anymore. There we go. And then I've got my old dictionary page here. I'm going to pull that a little way in from the edge so that I have this detail still showing. And the same thing here. There, and you can see I'm getting some beautiful layers. Let me trim off the excess there and here, and I'll have to flip this over so I can see where I'm cutting. There we go. I think I need a little more glue on this end. Okay, there is our base. Let's move on from there. I'm going to get my Sean Petit stencil and some turquoise, just a little bit. I don't want a lot. I'm really going to spread this out so that I'm just getting a tiny bit here and there. Just about like that. Let me come in, smooth it out a little bit in that area. I do want some nice crisp edges. And then what I'll do is I'll flip it right over on here and just rub off the extra on my work table. This will eventually become a background for another piece. Set that aside. Here is our piece. Let's add some more. Let's see, what do we want? Let's bring over the trusty scrap bin. Now I do have a big piece of tissue that I've stenciled, but that's too much. I also have this small piece that's a tea bag, but I'm going to kind of rummage through here and see what catches my eye. And I think it's going to be this. Let me make him a little narrower though. Let's start laying in this entirely different texture and color. Now I could do this with a stencil because I have my Tim Holtz stencil, but I also have this scrap of paper and I like to use up my scraps. Go. Really starting to get a purple vibe on top of this. Not where I was expecting to go. Not at all. But it really feels like it's the right colors to be putting down. Sometimes you just have to go with your gut. And let things unfold the way they will. I love to dig through all my scraps and see what pops out at me. I just never know. Okay, let me turn that so I keep working on a fresh angle. Oh, which side do I like better here? Guess it does not matter. Just pick one and go with it. You know what? I love that little bit of the 42 there. I don't have any reason to use a 42, but I just think it's a nice little touch. And let's trim that right up. So there we go. We're getting there. We're almost done. We're closing in on the last bits. This is where you start to hem and haw about what it is that you want to do. Kind of feeling like I do want to add a stamp, but I want it to be the right colors. I think that is perfect, actually. Oh, this one actually has the little bit on the bottom, too. So let's see, where do I want this? How do I want him placed? Right like that. Let me set this aside. Clear my work table a little bit and bring in my colored pencils. And this is just going to be scribbling in just some color here and there. Just adding some marks. And let's do this color too. It can be hard to think I've just done a piece and now I'm scribbling on top of it, but you'll be surprised at how much it adds to your piece. Now let's put a little more over there. Let's grab my art crayon and come in along the edge and rub in just a little bit of color. Make these corners a little darker and just smudge them out. Helps frame the piece. Brings the eye into the middle. Softens a lot of those edges that you may not have liked. I think I'm also going to use my purple and add just a little more right here where it says smudge. I will do exactly that around that word. A lot of art is about playing and discovering what gives you unusual results. It's not just about doing everything perfect. There we are. We have created a quick piece of art. It looks great. I feel like I might want to add just a little bit of this down here in the corner, just for a top detail. Oh, love it. Just a little bit down there. Let's get a little more and do it right up here too. Carry that shape. Whoop. There we go. You can just barely see it. I hope that you will dig into your scrap heap. Maybe consider getting these great art foamy stamps from Nathalie's Studio. Get your Tim Holtz supplies. Get your Stencil Girl supplies. And make yourself some art. Thanks for stopping by. Wild Bird Creative.